Hello, everyone. This is Tony Chen, and I'm the sales manager of Blu-ray Biotech. As you know, the EzMate liquid handling pipetting system was launched last year from Blu-rays. Since the outbreak from COVID-19, the EzMate has played an important role during the sample preparation process. And today, we would like to emphasize the EzMate that's on COVID-19 detection workflow for use. For today's agendas, there will be 3 parts. The first part will be accelerating COVID-19 detection workflow. And the second part will be online demonstration of EzMate Automated Pipetting Systems. And the final part will be the Q&A part. So, if you have any questions during the sections, please leave your message on the Q&A box. We will answer in the last Q&A part for you. Finally, to help us to do better for you, please participate in our surveys at the end of the webinar. Once finishing the surveys, you will get a link for downloading all the presentation files today. And now, I'm going to hand over to our speaker, Jeffrey, who is our product manager of Blu-rays and would like to share his experience in accelerating COVID-19 detection workflow. Let's welcome Jeffrey, please.
Okay, hello everyone. I'm Jeffrey. In this section, I'm going to talk about how to accelerate COVID-19 detection workflow. We'll talk about the challenge that the workflow face and the strategy we can take. And also, I'll share with you some successful cases. First, let's have a look at the outbreak of COVID-19. Till today, there are more than 200 million people confirmed infected. And unfortunately, there are 4 million people, more than 4 million people died in this disease. The total death rate is about 2.5%. And totally, globally, 194 countries or areas are involved. So facing this pandemic situation, I hope you all are doing well and stay healthy. So let's talk about the COVID-19 detection. Typically, there are 2 categories of the detection method. The first one is immunology quick screen test. This is a low-cost, easy-to-operate test. Can get result very quickly. However, the sensitivity is low to medium. So once we screen positive cases, we then use nucleic acid detection for confirmation. As we know, nucleic acid detection is by far the most efficient confirmation method. They have a high sensitivity. However, it is time-consuming, and the reagent and the instrument is cost high. So right now, for typical nucleic acid detection workflow, we need to first collect sample, and then the sample will do or perform nucleic acid extraction, and then prepare for qPCR reaction, and then send the instrument, send the reagent to the instrument for qPCR detection. So as we can see, there are some sampling collection method, and after the sample is collected, we need to. Okay, sorry. We need to transfer the sample from the swab tube into nucleic acid extraction system. We can see there are majorly 2 kinds of nucleic acid extraction method. We can either use column or use magnetic bead for nucleic acid extraction. After the extraction, the sample is then transferred. You may use a pipette to transfer the sample and the reagent to the plate, and then use a qPCR system to do the detection. During the entire workflow, we can face several challenges. The first one is the throughput. As I mentioned previously, there are more than 200 million confirmed cases up to date. And you can imagine there are several times of sample need to be confirmed and then get these positive confirmed cases. So you can imagine how many samples are there pending for confirmation and assay. And there are limited processing capacity because the qPCR system, due to the cost of the instrument and the reagent, they used to be considered as a core lab instrument and also used for confirmation. So the outbreak of the pandemic, there are so many samples need to be processed. So the process limit, the capability is limited. So this is the first challenge. And the second challenge is that the hand-on time, hand-on process. There are so many time-consuming hand-on processes involved. The first, sample collection. And you need to manually transfer the swab, the soaking liquid into a separated vial for next downstream process. And also, you need to collect a certain amount of sample for batch process. So this take various times from hours to days. And then for nucleic acid extraction, it typically takes 30 minutes to 1 hour. And then you need to do pipetting to transfer all the sample and the reagents preparation. It will also take 30 minutes to 1 hour. And then qPCR detection. So totally, it will take several hours or even several days. So, and there are a lot of tedious manual operation involved. So you need a lot of technicians to do this. Okay, and the manual loading, the labor loading is quite high. And during this, under this situation, human error is not avoidable. And also, you may encounter contamination risk. Not only contaminate the sample, but also the technician is exposed to pathogen contamination. So this is the second challenge. And third challenge is the cost. The qPCR detection system is high in purchasing cost and also high in maintenance cost. And also labor cost is a concern. And of course, the labor cost is very dependent on the local situation. And the next is the reagent cost and the consumable cost. And the reagent cost is always the major concern of the running cost. So all these challenges is what we can encounter during the COVID-19 detection. And what kind of strategy we can take to handle the challenges? Here we provide some strategy. The first is pooling. The entire process here, we can see the pooling can be encountered, can be taken before the nucleic acid extraction or after the nucleic acid extraction. By mixing certain amount of sample into one pooled sample, we can reduce the total number of tests that need to be processed, increase the overall throughput, and reduce the reagent used. For example, there are 1536 samples. We can pool 68 of them into one tube. So if we still do triplicate, then we only need to go need to do 96 sample tests. And the way to mix the pooled sample, we can talk more about that. The simple way is to simply mix them all together. For example, in this case, you can simply pick 48 of them and mix them into 3 tubes for triplicate. And however, if the pool sample is detected positive, then the involved all 48 samples need to be recalled for individual tests. So if the positive rate is higher, then the recall sample will be more, and you need to do more and more second confirmation recall test. So here some of our one of our customer they presented a new pooling technology, a new pooling strategy. They call it P-based pooling. By arrange the mixing matrix, for example, here, the sample 1 is presented in a pool 1, 2, 3, etc. And sample 2 is presented in pool different pool, for example, 1, 3, 5. And sample 3 is presented in pool 2, 3, 6, etc. And depending on how many sample you want to mix and how many duplicate you want to do, you can create a special arranged mixing matrix. After the pooling, the sample is detected, and once you spot a positive pool sample, for example, if sample 1 is positive, then the pool 1, 2, 3 will be positive. So if you, after the detection, if you find out that only pool 1, 2, 3 is positive and all the rest pool is negative, then you know positive is come from sample 1. So it dramatically eliminates the need for recall test. So you can use computer or you can manually arrange the mixing matrix. The principle is that each individual sample appeared in different well combination, so that each combination represents a specific sample. In this way, yes, you can eliminate the recall of the test. So this is a strategy we can take, pooling, to reduce the total test need to be processed. And however, by doing pooling, you add up some more liquid transfer tasks. So automation is another choice. Automation is a good choice to reduce the handling time. There are two kinds of automation. The first one is all-in-one system. The all-in-one system can allow users to do walk-away operation. You just fill in a sample and simply wait for the result. However, the all-in-one sample system are expensive. So and also they use specific consumable and reagent. So the running cost will be high. Okay, and the advantage for using automation system is that it can increase the accuracy and consistency, and also reduce the human error by eliminate the hand-on time. Okay, and if you the situation not allow you to choose all-in-one system, there are some kind of choice of flexibility. For example, by using a separated automatic liquid handling system or separated automatic nucleic acid extraction system, the workflow can have more flexibility and cost less. And they usually use open source consumable and reagent, so the running cost will be low. If you choose this kind of instrument, you can choose both of them, or simply use automatic pipetting system, or simply use nucleic extraction system. These two kind of system can dramatically reduce the handling time. So releasing the human labor to do the task that cannot be automated. For example, transfer the cotton swab into the tube. And while the instrument is running their job, for example, the nucleic acid extraction system is doing the nucleic acid extraction, and the liquid handling system is doing the liquid handling. The same time, the technician can handle the sample. Okay, so that the total time take for the entire process may not be reduced. However, you can have so-called parallel processing, so increase the throughput. So this is what the second strategy by using automation. Of course, the new technology can always be introduced to simplify the process. For example, if you can if the assay can be run without nucleic acid extraction, so-called direct PCR or qPCR, then the nucleic extraction process can be eliminated. Or if you can, for example, using different PCR approach like isothermal lamp, then you don't need to use the sophisticated PCR instrument. You just only need a single temperature incubator to do this kind of assay. So by combining all these strategies, I think we can accelerate the process. As we can see, the entire process, there are different kind of consumable and instrument can be used. And here we can see the automatic pipetting system can benefit you to do the pooling, and benefit you to do the sample preparation. And the nucleic acid system can help you to do the nucleic acid extraction. Okay. Okay. Talking about the automation, as we all know, EzMate is an automatic pipetting system that is designed to do the routine low volume pipetting for you. This instrument can equip with 1 channel, 4 channel, or 8 channel pipetting module, and have a different volume range, 50 microliter range that can handle from 1 microliter to 50 microliter, and 200 microliter pipetting module can handle from 10 microliter to 20 microliter. All these pipetting modules are interchangeable. The operation is quite accurate, and accuracy and precision is down to 1 microliter. And to accommodate different labware, we have a lot of standard adapter. And also, if you want to use a customized labware, we can also customize the adapter for you. And the instrument has been launched for several years, and there are a wide variety of applications, including PCR, qPCR setup, NGS preparation, sample normalization for RT-PCR, and reagent kit manufacturing or cell-based assay. And there are more than 25 application nodes and customer base, more than 25 application nodes and several customer base worldwide, and they can be applied in research institute and medical company. And the instrument has 2 capacity. The first capacity is 401, which contains 4 SBS format station, and the second capacity for of the 601 contains 6 SBS format station. And you can also choose to optional equip with UV lamp or HEPA filter, and also you can choose to have active temperature control function. And the consumable can be used on the instrument, including 96 well regular PCR plate or deep plate. And for example, some of the nucleic acid extraction system, they use 96 well deep plate. And the final eluted result is contained in the deep well. And this plate can be put into a system and do transfer for the downstream process. And besides the SBS plate, we can also handle several tubes, including 1 mil Eppendorf tube or screw cap cryo tube, etc. And if you want to use customized or specific specialized vessel, we can provide custom design adapter for you. So here we have 5 successful story that can talk to you. And the first one is to do sample pooling for before extraction. As I said, the P-based method is advanced pooling method, and by special arrange the mixing matrix, you can reduce the you can eliminate the recall test. However, the arrangement is quite a little bit complicated, and it is not easy for human to do the transfer. For example, you need if you want to put sample 1 to pool 1, 2, 3, and sample 2 to pool 2, 3, 4, they are all in different position and from different sources. And human operation is quite easy to introduce human error. In this case, you can input the source matrix and the mixing matrix into the protocol and let the instrument to do the mixing for you, and thus reduce the human error. And for example, here they put 48 tube rack, 2 of them, so totally 96 sample. And this sample are used to mix into the PCR plate. And they use 4-channel pipetting module to transfer the reagent and transfer the sample. For example, the reagent use 4-channel pipetting module to increase the speed. For the sample, they use single-channel pipetting module to pick individual sample and mix into a different combination of the well. So this way, the complicated P-based mixing is human error free, and you don't need to worry about the mixing. The second case is direct sample preparation from nucleic acid extraction system in plate. As I said, there are several nucleic acid extraction systems. They use deep well 96 well plate, and after the extraction, the eluted sample are located in 2 columns of 1 plate. For example, they are located in column 6 and column 12. So each plate finally only contains 16 samples. In this case, customer put 3 of the eluted plate, totally contain 48 samples, and use our EzMate to transfer the sample to a regular PCR plate for downstream process, so that you can process them all together. And if you can run the protocol twice, then you can fill up a 96 well plate for downstream process. And if you want to collect all this sample to tube, then you can also use pipetting system, automated pipetting system, to collect all this sample into tube for storage or downstream process. So the case 3 is sample preparation from tube. As I said, the sample can be transferred from eluted plate into tube. So in this case, we can transfer the sample, 94 sample plus 2 control into a PCR plate for process. So from this case, we can learn that EzMate not only can handle a plate-to-plate transfer, liquid transfer, but also can handle plate-to-tube or tube-to-plate sample transfer. Case 4 is special application. Our customer use our automatic pipetting system combined with a customized magnetic adapter to do magnetic bead nucleic acid extraction. By using custom-made magnet adapter, EzMate can be combined with automatic nucleic acid extraction and downstream PCR preparation operation. So one system can do both the job. Okay, and here we want to let you know that we can offer flexible custom adapter design and manufacturer service. So allowing our user to create their specific application. This kind of adapter, including the magnet adapter I mentioned previously, or vacuum adapter. So if you want to do column-based suction nucleic acid extraction, vacuum adapter can help you. Or if you want to do use a custom special vessel, then we can also do this kind of vessel for you, this kind of adapter for you. So we are open and welcome you to raise up your need for different application. And we have a technical team that can discuss with you for your certain specific application. Case 5 is an example for introducing new technology into COVID-19 detection. This is a government project, and they use specific assay and specific tube for nucleic acid for COVID-19 detection. By introducing a direct lamp PCR assay, our customer can skip the nucleic acid extraction and qPCR detection. They use a special type of tube to hold the sample, and then use our automatic pipetting system to transfer the sample and the reagent into this specific design tube. So the operation flexibility and laboratory compatibility of the EzMate allow the user to automate the new assay. Because they are using lab, so after the sample and reagent transfer, they don't need to use a PCR machine. They can use a simple single temperature incubation optical detection system. For example, in a temperature control ELISA reader can be used for lamp detection. So this dramatically increase the throughput of the detection, and the entire system setup cost is reduced. So this is the case I want to mention to you. Always open for new technology, and by using the new technology, you may need to introduce a specific design labware. However, we can provide special custom design labware adapter, so we don't need to worry about the compatibility for the EzMate. So let's wrap all this thing up and go for the conclusion. The challenge here we face will be throughput, hand-on process, and reagent cost. And by combining the strategies of sample pooling, automation, and introduce new assay, we can speed up the process. The benefit of EzMate automatic pipetting system here is to integrate the liquid handling process. So it is an integrated liquid handling automation solution for COVID-19 detection that can improve the lab efficiency and the high flexibility of this instrument, including a fully compatible with consumables on the market and custom adapter design can help you to use any kind of consumable you want. And why choose us? We have Blu-ray and Arise as instant technical support and service. And we are more than 18 years in this kind of industry. Our sample portfolio, including PCR and qPCR instrument, liquid handling system, spectral photometer, live cell imaging, and microcentrifuge. We have worldwide distributor network across more than 40 countries and areas. And all product is made in Taiwan, and we are certificate for ISO, medical device manufacturing. So thank you all for joining this webinar. And this is my presentation today. And thank you again for joining. And let's return the microphone to the host, Tony. Bye-bye.
Hello, everyone. This is Tony Chen back again. So let's enter into the second part, the demonstration of EzMate Automated Pipetting Systems. So as you see on the slides, the right part is the interface of EzMate. The left part will be the real run of EzMate. Okay, for the protocol setting today's, the 4-channel pipette head will transfer master mix from 4 units of 1.5 ml Eppendorf to 96 well PCR plates. And to accelerate the speed for this step, we are going to use the multiple dispense function for this step. After that, the DNA RNA samples, today's from 32 samples, will be picked up from 2 ml screw tube, then transfer into 96 well PCR plate as well. Okay, and definitely for this step, 1 nucleic acid sample will be used, 1 tip, to prevent cross contaminations. So let's plate on it. Okay, at the beginning, the pipette head will pick out the tips and enter into master mix tube. Aspirate the master mix liquid, then transfer to PCR plates. Okay, as you see on this step, it's multiple dispense. And we are going to transfer 32 master mix. And then aspirate the master mix again, transfer into 96 well PCR plates with multiple dispense functions. Okay, finish it. And then the pipette head, pick out the tip, enter into sample tube from 2 ml screw tube, transfer into 96 well PCR plates. Okay, pick out the new tips. Transfer sample to PCR plate again. Okay, I'm paused on this step. So, and now I think all of you have a brief concept of our EzMate and how the pipette head transfer the liquid into different positions. So I will let the video to be played for extra 10 seconds, and all of you will review it again in details. Okay, pick out the new tips. Transfer the sample again to PCR plate. Okay, so in conclusion, the EzMate is a quite flexible system for using. The pipette head can equip with 3 kinds of pipette head: 1 channel, 4 channel, and 8 channels, and it can be switched easily by end users. With affordable price, it will be a very good investment that the lab can save many costs from saving hands-on time and reducing human errors. And by the way, the most benefits is that Blu-ray, our company can support and provide the filter tips as well. Okay. And let's get into the final section, Q&A part. And for these sections, Jeffrey and I are going to answer the question today. And let me check the Q&A box directly. Okay. Okay, let me check it. Okay, so yes, we got many questions today. So, okay, let me repeat the question and the answers. The first one is, if we use the pool samples, we just need to confirm which one have positive implications. I think the question, the Jeffrey can help me to answer it.
Okay,
Jeffrey,
if you no matter what kind of pooling strategy you use, the pooling is the principle for pooling is that you, for example, you combine 50 sample into one pool, and if the combined sample is screen negative, then all 50 sample are safe. If the pool sample is positive, then you need to recall all these 50 sample for second run confirmation. And if you are using p-based smart pooling, then by a special arrangement of the combination, it is possible to eliminate the need for recall. Okay. And however, the pooling is kind of, you can consider as sample dilution. So the sensitivity will be, of course, will be reduced. However, the sensitivity for nucleic acid detection is quite good enough. For example, 50 sample mixing together, the concentration is by theory dilute 50 times. However, if you can run 3 more cycles, then the target will be efficient for detection. I hope this answers your question.
Okay, let me check the other questions. What is the range of tips? 10 microliter, 20 microliter you have? Okay, I think I can answer these questions. At present time, we supply 2 kinds of tips. One is 50 microliter, the other is 200 microliters. For 50 microliters, the volume range is from 1 to 50s. And for 200 microliters, the volume range is from 10 to 200s. Okay, and number 3 is, okay, how long will it be taken for transferring 96 samples from master mix and nucleic acid samples to 96 well plate? And let's say it takes around 12 to 30 minutes. Let's say less than 50 minutes. Okay. And another question, can I select 1, 2, 3 channel, or do I have to use 4 channels? And Jeffrey?
Our pipetting module come with 3 different configuration and 2 different volume range. The channel configuration is 1 channel, 4 channel, or 8 channel. So if you want to use 8 channel, it is good for pipetting sample or reagent from 96 well plate, etc. And 4 channel can be used for rack tube. For example, the adapter we provide has 4 tube in a column, then you can use 4 channel pipetting module. However, if you want to pick an individual sample, then we suggest to use single channel pipetter.
Okay, so let me check another questions. It's from, I think it's for maintenance questions. Okay. Okay, as I know, the EzMate have HEPA filter and the UV light models. What is the maintenance for these functions? Jeffrey?
For the UV lamp, we recommend to change them every 2 years. And for the HEPA filter, there is a lifespan counter on the instrument. So if the total running hour for the HEPA filter is 1,000 hours, so you can replace the filter once the lifespan is reached to 1,000 hours, or you can change the filter every year.
Okay. Another questions. Does the EzMate scan the volume before start the process?
The instrument needs you to input the starting volume for each reagent source.
Okay. Another one is for maintenance as well. Okay. As I know, the EzMate is a kind of mechanical equipment. So should I do any annual maintenance or service for these machines?
Yes, all the mechanical instruments need to be lubricated. We can provide a maintenance kit that provide the grease needed for lubricate the driving rod and the rail. And we recommend the user to do the maintenance every year.
Yeah, as I know, the Blu-ray provide the maintenance kit as well, and for one kit can be used for 10 units.
10 maintenance.
10 units of EzMate. Okay, and think I can, yes. Okay, let me check. Is it needed calibration and adjustment for the pipette head? If yes, what moment should we do it?
Okay, actually, every electronic pipette need to be calibrated annually. Okay, our automatic pipetting module is also a kind of electronic pipette. So we recommend to do the accuracy calibration every year. And you can send, the pipetting module is quite easy to attach and remove. You can remove the pipetting module and send back to us, or send it to the distributor service department, and we'll do the calibration for you and then send it back to you.
Yeah, for the pipette head, if you want to remove the pipette head, I think just in 10 seconds. Yeah. So we can remove the pipette head directly and send it back to us. Okay. Another one is, did you have a cooling block for the EzMate model?
Yes, actually we provide 2 kinds of temperature control device. The first one is passive cooling block. It contains a cooling agent in the adapter. You need to pre-freeze the block, and once the block is freezed, it can maintain the temperature for lower than 0 degrees for more than 1 hour. The second type is active temperature control module. The active temperature control module can control the reagent temperature from 4 degrees up to 70 degrees. And it can maintain the temperature during the entire operating process.
Okay, let me pick out the final questions because we got so many requests today. If I'm going to use EzMate for PCR plate preparations, then will it come with inbuilt PCR on deck?
Well, this is a good question. We always want to inbuild different function module into the system. However, PCR module is quite different. As we know, PCR plate need to be sealed, and it is not easy to seal the PCR plate on site if the PCR module is inbuilt. So I'm sorry to tell you that there will be no inbuilt PCR module on the deck for a short period of time.
Okay. So for the rest of questions, I think we will organize it and list it into a document. And definitely we will send all the Q&A question session to you for today's, okay? And yes, I would like to thank you again for the attendance today's. And please remember, please help us to finish the surveys. Then you will get a download link for today's slides. I thank you again. And
yeah, thank you again. Bye-bye.
Hopefully we can have opportunity to our EzMate in your lab very soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.